What's up, everybody? A lot of people been asking me about Lil Tim, and I want to tell you guys something. I guess since the Quando Rondo interview broke yesterday, a lot of people been asking me about Lil Tim and how do I think his case gonna go. I'm not gonna lie, I think Quando Rondo interview might have helped a little bit. At the end of the day, it's still a courtroom, it's a trial that has to play out first. But I think the fact that potential jurors was watching those interviews. You have to understand that shit, man. And even if they're not watching it, this paperwork from these interviews will be used, the transcripts. I think Quando Rondo tried to clean up Lil Tim and his image, like I said in an earlier blog today. My only problem is I don't really see people on King Von's side who's going to do what Quando Rondo did. You got to understand, out here in Chirac, it's a culture of, we not fucking with 12, fuck the police, fuck the judge. It's a culture of that shit going on out here. So I don't know how we gonna be able to do King Von like that, to be honest, because I don't see nobody from O Block or nobody who was with King Von that day that's gonna be on that stand and tell their side of the story. Even though I wouldn't call that snitching or anything like that, because Von's not alive, I just don't think nobody want to get caught on the stand testifying and telling any story about somebody did something to somebody first. I just think that's gonna be hard to do. So I can't really see Muwop, on the courtroom stand saying, hey, that guy got out the car and blinked him down. I can't see him doing that, even though I think that's what King Von's going to need, because you got to understand, King Von and Lil Tim do not know each other. They're not homeboys. They didn't have interactions together. That was the first time they met each other. So they have to rely on these internets and these stress that's allegedly been happening to kind of get more information in this case. I'm hearing that King Von is going to need some of his people to stand on that stage and kind of make him human. Don't get me wrong. He's going to have his family. I'm pretty sure they're going to be 100% for King Von. But as far as his homeboys who were there that night, I don't know who's going to stand on the stand and testify and say that Quando Rondo was on some bullshit with King Von. He set him up. He was on that shit. It supposed to have been a fight. Dude got out the car, blicked him down. It was words said. It was this. It been issues. It been beefs before that day. I just don't see an O Block member getting on the stage testifying with his testimony saying that. I just don't see it. I think they're just going to rely on what they seen on the camera. And I'm telling you, that's going to be very, very, very hard to convict Lil Tim, because what we seen on the camera was King Von walk up on him and give him a 10-piece Wendy chicken nugget with the spice on it. That's what we seen him do. Even though it might have been issues before that the camera didn't catch on. Because I don't draw off that interview that he did with Angela Yee. He sound like a dude that's lying to his parents, in my opinion, like I said earlier. But I'm updating this case as it's coming. I got a lot of reporters. My team is all on this case. So any new news break, we going to update you soon we get it. But I'm telling you, Quando Rondo is showing you guys that he's cooperating with the police. He's telling his side of the story of self-defense. If he'll tell Angela Yee that shit, if he'll tell the studio that shit when he make them songs, you don't think he's going to tell the judge that shit in the courtroom, that shit? You don't really think that shit? I know a lot of people saying, man, Truth don't know what the fuck he talking about. Man, ain't nobody finna be testifying. This nigga telling Angela Yee what happened that night. This nigga saying what happened that night in songs. He told Big U what the fuck happened. You don't think he's gonna tell the courtroom what happened and get his best friend out of jail? Let's be smart. They cooperating with the police. Now, that don't mean that they telling, but I'm telling you, King Von friends who was there that night is gonna have to cooperate in order to convict this guy, if that's what they want. Because to be honest, I'm not sure if they even want him convicted. But I'm going to update you on this. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the homie Truth.